All right. So this is what we're talking about. Like we said, you're welcome to the show, LRTM, and this is the Liberian Radio and Television Network. We are on the health segment here today. We are giving you a health education on helicobacteria. Helicobacteria, we call it in short H. pylori. That's the bacteria that causes infection in the stomach. You can get peptic ulcer, and you can get gastric ulcer. You can get gastritis from this particular bacteria. You can, okay, okay. So,
Okay.
yeah,
Listen, because nobody hears you.
are you loud?
Yeah, yeah, hearing you now, hearing you now, but we're not hearing you before. And now can you put the platform for education back so we can hear you? So you can repeat everything.
Okay. So, like I said, maybe you were not hearing me before. We said, welcome to the show, Platform for Education on Liberian Radio and Television Network. Okay. Those of you having your birthday today, happy birthday. Those of you had your birthday yesterday, happy belated birthday. All right. This is your show. This is the health show on Liberian Radio and Television Network. All right. So I want you to share the video. If you're hearing me clear, give me a tonsil and other thing like that. Okay. Now you give me a tonsil and other thing like that. So, okay. Those of you having your birthday today, happy birthday. Those of you had your birthday yesterday. Okay. So share the video. I want you to share the video, please. Share the video as before we start coming with the discussion complete. All right. Share the video. Let your friend get to know. We're talking about the stomach. The stomach is very important. If you're having stomach pain, it is hard to even do anything. You can't do anything straight. So we're talking about that. That's what we're talking about right now. Okay? So we're discussing a bacteria that you can get, and it causes peptic ulcer in your stomach. All right? This bacteria you get it from unsanitary area, just like you can get typhoid fever. All right? Just like you can get typhoid fever. That's how you get that bacteria. Especially you get it when you are small. And when you are small, you get this bacteria. You harbor this bacteria, or you carry it with you for a long time. You know, some people carry it with them for a long time. By the time they get to be bigger, it can cause them problems, especially in the stomach. That's the only place the bacteria lodge. Between that what we call pylori villi. The pylori villi is between your small intestine and the stomach. That place the food got to pass. All right. So that's the place the bacteria can affect all the time. So if it affect over there, it go over there and eat the mucosa over there. When you eat any food or when you are hungry, and when the digestion fluid is being secreted in your stomach to break down your food, it will start you start having pain because the place already eat up by the bacteria. You will start having pain. All right, especially when you are hungry like that, you start having pain. Or when you eat small thing, you just feel bloated. You say, "Oh, I just bloated." Or any little thing I eat, I just feel bloated, or and I feel this stomach pain. Sometimes you will go to the hospital, they will say, "Oh, that gastritis." They will give you something you eat, okay, just to you know when you drink milk, it ease the pain, and you say, "Oh, okay, all right." You know, sometimes they give you some aluminum hydroxide, something like that. You drink, something like a meal like in the hospital, then it cool down. All right, but it is there. The bacteria is over there causing damage. It causing damage. So those are the kind of things you'll be having in there. It will be there for a long time. So until you get to know, say, look, I'm going to the hospital today to check on this pain I have in my stomach. All the time, anytime I eat small thing, I just feel bloated up. And I just feel this thing, and all the time I go to the hospital, they give me uh, milk to drink and other things like that. When I'm hungry, I can feel this pain. It's not right. All right? That particular bacteria can cause peptic ulcer. You see? Peptic ulcer. That's what we're talking. The peptic, the ulcer is named after the enzyme that can break your food in the small intestine, pepsin. You see, but if the pepsin eat up that mucosa, it causes sore. It causes sore right there inside your stomach and in your intestine. You know, then we'll call it peptic ulcer. Sometimes when we say gastric ulcer inside the stomach, peptic ulcer, gastric ulcer inside the stomach. You see that? So these are the symptoms that you get. If you get that pain, you get that pain in your stomach, it's not a nice thing. So you will go to the hospital now. You tell the doctor, "Lord, I've been feeling this pain in my stomach. When I eat, I just feel bloated up." Okay, the doctor will want to say, "Okay, let's see what happened. Let's check you. Let's do some blood tests." Because this bacteria, when you get it, you can also pass this bacteria to people in your saliva, in your saliva, in other fluid too also. You see there? In the feces. You can pass it on in the feces. That's why most of the time, before we eat, we learn to wash our hands. You see? Suppose you're shaking a lot of people's hand. You shake hand, shake hand, shake hand. You just take the bread and eat. You see? You have got that transmission of the helicobacteria right into your mouth. You see? So before you eat, please let us wash our hands with soap and water, wipe it, then you eat. You see? So you can take the something and put it right in your hand with your something with your hand, put it in your mouth, not with the spoon or the fork. You see? So that's how this bacteria is transmitted. That's how this infection is transmitted. It causes trouble. All right. Now you will start feeling this pain. The doctor will tell you, say, let me do some little tests. Sometimes they will tell you, say, okay, breathe in this paper bag. When you breathe in that paper bag, they will take the paper bag, send it into the laboratory. When they send it into the laboratory, if you got this bacteria, the bacteria, when you breathe in, just like the fluid, I'm talking to you, I'm passing fluid. I'm talking to you, I'm losing water also. That if I got that bacteria, I can pass it on to you inside the little space that comes from my mouth when I'm speaking to you. So when they go look in your breath that you put in a paper bag, your breath, when they check it in the lab, it will change. The bacteria will change that breath, that gas you put in that, it will change it to carbon dioxide. Then they will know, say, oh, you see, this person has this bacteria. You see? That one of the tests that they will give you. Now another test that we would want to do, long time we used to do, we will call it barren meal follow through. Barren meal. It's like a milk. You just drink the milk, you lie down, you drink a milk, and they take the x-ray. If there's a sore in that stomach already, that milk will stuck right there. And the x-ray will tell us that you got a sore over there. Okay. Another one we want to do is we want to do what we call endoscopy. Endoscopy is a camera we put into your throat and we look at it. Sometimes you can be sleeping or sometimes you can be awake. But we put it through, and we start taking pictures. We start taking pictures. We get to that particular area, we take picture. If the sore is there, we will see. You see? So when we know that the sore is over there, now one thing you got to do, you got to change the food you're eating. You got to change the food you're eating. You got to learn to eat now, and you got to know when to eat. All right? You can't starve yourself, because when you starve yourself, at certain time of the day, like you get up in the morning all the way to 12 o'clock, is that what we say? It is good to have breakfast. Because sometimes the lunchtime around 12, 1, 2, you might not have time to eat that. But when you have breakfast in the morning, when you have good breakfast in the morning, okay, when the secretion time comes for that food to be broken down, the acid is secreted by the stomach to break down the food. It will not eat your stomach mucosa. It will not eat that lining. It will break down the food because food is in your stomach to be broken down. But if there are no food in the stomach to be broken down, the acid will eat the mucosa, will eat the lining of your stomach. It will eat the lining of your stomach. And there where the trouble comes. You know. So it is good to have breakfast. Then you eat normally. This happened to more people in the Christian world where they fast most of the time, fasting, like 6 to 6, 6 to 6. Many Christians come with their stomach problem. All right, so that is what happened with H. pylori, and the medicine for this disease, it is there three type of medicine you can take, but sometimes it got some side effect, and you have to take it for like a month or so, because bacteria inside your stomach, that bacteria had to be completely eradicated, completely dead. They had to kill that bacteria with those three antibiotics. They will give it to you three antibiotics. You have to take those medicine with food. Okay, it will heal the soul and it kill the bacteria, and the soul will heal. But don't go back again and continue to stab yourself, because the same place, because when it's like when you cut yourself and the soul heal, you got scar there, right? Okay, that scar, the bacteria can come back to that same area again, causing the same thing. So you don't come back with reinfection over and over and over again. And let us try to wash our hands when we shake hands, we touch the doorknob and other things like that. People get that, and we're living in a community of immigrants. We're living in a country of immigrants. People come from all over. Mexico, what they bring in our vegetable most of the time from Mexico, right? Okay, they bring it from Africa, but most of our food we grow it here and all that. But people who are preparing the green leafy vegetable, they can transfer typhoid, salmonella, typhoid. They can transfer those things. You know, some people got it. They go in the toilet and clean themselves. Don't wash your hands. They come and touch the green leafy vegetable. Then you go and buy it. You didn't wash it. Boom. Especially those are all that eat salad. We can learn to have our salad. We wash the vegetable very well before we eat it. So you wash your hand before you eat. This is how you want to maintain yourself. You want to maintain yourself healthy. All right. So this is what happened when we develop helicobacter infection, and in short we call it H. pylori. H. pylori just is the short form for that bacteria. So the same old way you get H. pylori is nearly the same old way you get typhoid fever. Typhoid fever is not something like you get with like malaria or other things like that. No, because the place is not clean, okay, and no running water. Everybody going the same place, like and fall. Everybody going on the beach, and not cleaning hand. You're shaking hands, sharing food, all that. This is the place you get this bacteria. Especially you get it at the time when you are small. When you are small, you know not anything good, but you can get that bacteria and it will be in you growing, you know. And when you get to be bigger now, this is where trouble comes. All right. So that's what we're talking about today. So most of you got to learn to know that washing hands can eliminate many of our infection. Many of our infection. It can prevent you. Washing hand is a first protective mechanism to protect you from getting any disease, any infection. You wash your hand, because most of the disease that we get is through feeding. We put our hand in our mouth, it go through the mouth. There are not many people cut themselves or bleeding in the street. No, but most of the disease that we get, it go through the mouth, and especially you see that there's somebody coming with what we call diarrhea, those kind of things, diarrhea would be just a sign. It's just a sign that you have gotten a bacteria in your stomach that causing your food not to be digested, and then it will just pass straight through like that. All right, that's what cause these diseases. So let us wash our hands before we eat. You shake somebody's hand, come by, wash your hand before you even take a color to eat or anything, a chip to eat, something like that. All right? It is good to always wash your hands. You see, many of all, when we go back to Liberia, you are in Liberia, make sure you wash your hand most of the time. You want to eat, you buy anything from the market, green from the market, you buy cassava leaf, this and that. You go and wash those things before you cook it. All right, you don't want to come out with any of those things, especially right now in Liberia. They have a condition there is completely deplorable. You come down with any kind of running stomach. It is not easy to rehydrate you and then find out what is the cause. And right now, anybody gets sick, they treat you for typhoid fever and they treat you for malaria because they may not even have the time to really find out whether your sickness is due to malaria or is due to typhoid fever. Okay? Because those things, you have to be able to, you know, distinguish them, then you know what medicine to give. You don't just go and medicine are all foreign body. We don't just go and giving you this medicine, that medicine, just like that. That's why on this side, we always have our laboratory. We send blood in there. We take sample and send it in there. They come back and tell us, oh, this is the bacteria that we find in this sample you sent to us. Gram-negative bacteria, gram-positive bacteria, they all got different medicine. So we don't just give all any kind of medicine because the person got bacteria. What kind of bacteria is it? Is it a gram-negative, gram-positive? That is level up. We will decide what medicine to give you because we know what kind of medicine to give you if it is a gram-positive, it's a gram-negative. So these are some of the things we talk about. All right. Today, like I told you, I come here. I gave you a little information about things that really we all can suffer from. I gave you information about these little body condition, diseases, and other things that we all suffer from. I will not come by and tell you about something that nobody had not seen, but no, I will tell you something that we all suffer from. So we just learn to keep ourselves protected, washing our hands with that food because most of we eat food, the food may be poisoned with these bacteria. All right. So today we discussed that, and what we're going to be discussing next is going to be high blood pressure is a sign. Okay? High blood pressure is a sign. The high blood pressure is not a disease. High blood pressure is a sign of a heart disease. You see that? High blood pressure is a sign of abnormality. Anything, a normal thing happening. A normal thing happening in your blood vessel. A normal thing happening inside your heart. A normal thing happening in it only got to deal with your heart because your heart is a pump. That's where we're going to be discussing. We're going to be discussing this on Monday. We will lay it down straight, step by step, and say this is where the pressure is. This is why they say is this. We're going to be discussing that. High blood pressure is a sign of abnormality inside the heart, inside the blood vessel. All right? Because that's the place the pressure coming. That's the place the pressure lies. Wow. What you think we can get? How you think people can get stroke? They get stroke when that blood vessel break. especially a break. When a break in the head, that's what we call stroke. But the blood vessel can break any part of the body. It can break in your leg, it can break in your kidney, it can break in your liver, it can break anywhere. But the fact that it is most of the time happening in the head, that's why we call it stroke. So let us discuss that on the Monday. Okay? Let us discuss that on the Monday. This is platform for education on Liberian Radio and Television Network. Your host has been Demons Keklape. Okay? Now let me put my phone number over here so that you know if you want to. Let me give you like few seconds. If you're watching, you want to ask me anything about stomach pain, uh, please call that phone number so that we can discuss that. I can answer your question for right now. Okay? So